Tonight on EA Sports, it's Thursday Night Football on EA Sports. As we'll see Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals versus Deshaun Watson and the Cleveland Browns.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. This crowd loves their orange and black. The scene just a short time ago, they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football as the Bengals get set to do battle with the Cleveland Browns. The wait is finally over. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis here on the start of a new NFL season, and we kick it off with a bang on Thursday night.
What's interesting about these Thursday night games is oftentimes we hear people say, is it really fair for players to play on Thursday night? But what did we hear from both of these teams going into this one? How excited they were to have the spotlight on their teams, their franchises, the rest of the league watching them go at it.
And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. First down, Watson. Dancing to his left. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
Shedding through the defense, and he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. A shotgun snap for Watson. Now he steps away. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier on this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Throwing again is Watson. Going back to Lander. This time he's got him complete. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Watson now to throw. Forced out to his left. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or 2 short. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th. But Kevin Stefanski going to take a chance going for it on 4th. Here we go on 4th. Watson. And this is caught. Amari Cooper. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. This is shaping up to be a really nice-looking drive to get the season underway here.
And how long do you think that they actually have been plotting this drive? I'm talking about the coaching staff, right? They've been thinking about this for a while now, and I think they're executing it even better than what they expected.
That was the 8th play of the drive, so a somewhat fitting pickup of 8 yards. 2 yards left on second down from the 9. Now they return to the ground game. Chubb. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. They'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on third down.
And that's exactly what you're looking for at the inside linebacker spot. Versatility. He can drop into coverage, or as he did on that last play, use his speed to get to the perimeter and knock the ball carrier for a loss.
Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Able to slither by. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
Something to watch. Here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Donovan Peoples-Jones there to make the grab. And the Browns are on the board here first in the season opener. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it ends with a touchdown for Cleveland. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Bengals offense here ready to rock and roll. Joe Burrow is the man at quarterback.
Hey, we all love a good story, and what we like even more, guys who can fight through adversity. Joe Burrow coming out of high school, goes to Ohio State, doesn't get a chance to start, transfers to LSU, not thought to be a top prospect, ends up the #1 pick in the draft, and justifies it. Tremendous play, excellent mobility, and leadership off the charts.
Throwing now, Burrow on first down. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So if they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Mixon with a first down and more. And finally brought down at the 38. A big pickup there on the run. Got to give a nod of appreciation to some of those guys up front over on that left side. Several key blocks sprung him.
No appreciation for the guys from the backside. They didn't allow any leakage, and anybody could run him down from the backside.
They're at the kids' table.
Okay, so front side guys, good. Yeah. Backside guys,
man,
that's what you're supposed to do?
I've had better.
Okay, either way, worked out quite well, didn't it? A nice sizable gain.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. First carry now for Chris Evans. And now they will throw it with Burrow. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. On second down, here's Mixon. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. And for the Browns, a nickel set here on third down. Here's Burrow. He's got his big tight end. That's Hurst. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
They will throw on first down with Burrow. Throw left side, complete to Chase. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
On 3rd down, Mixon. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. 53 yards rushing for him in this first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener. Mixon. And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon punching it in from a yard away. And the Bengals are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Evan McPherson for the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. A pretty long drive that time, 11 plays all told. And it all culminated in the touchdown run coming from Joe Mixon. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Peoples-Jones going to elect not to run this out, and they'll begin at the 25. Now Deshaun Watson and his offense heading back out there. And he's been busy with his feet. He's been quite the scrambling man.
And obviously that can break down a defense. But a lot of it is just that they just get trapped with worrying about it so much that other things break down as well. You know, you break the huddle, and you're not just playing what comes out at you. You're like, oh, God, don't let him outside of the pocket. Don't let him beat us with his legs. And then he starts to beat you other ways.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Partner, one thing I was lousy at growing up, track and field. I could never anticipate the start before a race, but how about that backer? He figured it out, jumped the count, and turned it into a really nice play for his defense.
On 2nd and 12, Watson. He's going to look deep now for Landry. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Watson. Wide open, Amari Cooper. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Amari Cooper, 64 yards. And the Browns have taken the lead. Slide for the PAT. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards. And it's capped off by the Browns touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Joe Mixon and the Bengal offense ready to go back to work. Now, the ground game's been good, but they're losing here in the second quarter. Can they use that ground game maybe to work the air attack a little bit more?
I think so, because now you can throw play action off of being able to run the ball effectively. And oftentimes you might want to just swing your back out of the backfield, get the ball in his hands in open space, and just don't get totally away from running it, because some of these runs now, they may pop bigger as the game goes along.
Yeah, they've been good with the run so far. First down, here's Burrow. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 43. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Second and 7. And they go play action now. Burrow. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
On 3rd down, Mixon. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. They'll run with Mixon. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. That coming up at the half, we'll hand things off to Jonathan Coachman standing by in Orlando. He'll have scores from earlier today, plus a look ahead as well. So you won't. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Jadeveon Clowney showing the explosiveness on the sack.
It seemed like he kept going through those progressions, and I thought he might dump that underneath, but he couldn't get rid of the football in time.
And I have to wonder if he was thinking while he was back there, I wish there were a lot less progressions on this play, just someone that I could dump the ball to and get it out of my hands. Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Throw left side, caught by the tight end, Hurst. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
And I feel a little bit like a traitor as a former defender because that big man did not want to go down and refused to go down. If you're a defender and you don't get the right angle on a big tight end like him, he can run right through you like you're not even there, and he did a lot of that on that play.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Touchdown, Bengals. Hayden Hurst, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Bengals are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
Well, the Browns going to go on offense one final time in this first half. And with 25 seconds to go, we'll see how they want to play this.
And just 25 seconds to go in the half now as they've got it 1st and 10. Here's Watson. Buying time to his left. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. A good gain on first has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Now Watson. And he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Now a 1st down throw, Watson. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 6 there on first.
4 yards remain for 2nd down.
Now a play fake, and it's Watson. He's going to sling this deep downfield.
And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A 2nd one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored 1, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
So we have reached halftime here in the Thursday night opener as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, good to get another season underway. We'll get back to you guys for the second half of the season opener. But first, let's take a look at...
All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the 3rd. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3.
And they do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Now left side on the swing pass. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield.
82 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
Again, it's Mixon. Oh, fighting off the defender. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football for triple option, you've actually called that play.
On 2nd down now, Mixon. And he's taken down inside the 30.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Play action. It's Burrow. Sliding out of the pocket. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
On second down, Mixon. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. Well, they gave themselves options there on the third down play and were able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did on that play.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8.
2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7.
Now Burrow. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. It'll go as a loss of 3 on the sack, and it brings up third down.
He was still looking through his progressions and going through his receiver options, and while he was doing that, the defense got to him quickly in the pocket.
And it was a great example of zone coverage. Well executed, well coordinated. All the receivers were covered, and he couldn't evade the rush back in the pocket.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a fourth down.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
So they come away from this opening drive of the third quarter with only 3, but it does draw them even.
Yeah, and that has to be job 1, doesn't it? A touchdown definitely would have been nice. We know that. But here, you get back on even terms, and now you've got most of the second half to try and get yourself into a position to win.
So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away.
Peoples-Jones going to elect not to run this out, and they'll begin at the 25.
Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the third quarter.
And their 3-point halftime lead gone now, back to a tie game. But, Charles, I don't imagine that changes too much for this offense.
I would agree. I don't think it changes much at all, whether it's a 3-point lead or a tie game. They know they have their work cut out for them, and they were going to run their offense in the same vein.
Here's Nick Chubb as they try to fire up this run game. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
Second down, here's Chubb again.
Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a third and about 3 to go.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. They were ahead of schedule after the gain of 7 on first down, but the defense does not budge on second and third.
Sometimes being a linebacker in the middle of the field is kind of like being a doctor on the field. You got to make the right diagnosis. Here he correctly sets his run and shoots through to make the play in the backfield.
Here's Michael Pilardi now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Again, it's Mixon. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
And the Bengals on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This will be 3rd and 5. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first.
133 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
He'll buy some time right.
That one taken in by T. Higgins.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
And partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars. And he came through with a nice catch right there.
They'll run on 1st down. Mixon. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Escaping the pressure right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. From here, it would be a 45-yard field goal attempt, certainly in range, but they'll look for more yardage on 3rd down. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line.
I used to joke with my teammates who carried the ball a lot. When we got in these situations and they were carrying us home, I used to tell them, boy, you guys just look like Paul Bunyan, just growing stronger, bigger, tougher. And all night long, he's carried this team.
He has indeed. Everything magnified right now. A huge 3rd down conversion.
They'll run on 1st down with Evans.
And he'll get this down only to the 18. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
That is knocked away and incomplete, but a penalty flag. In the backfield, this might be a roughing call. So mark off the yardage for roughing the passer.
And I've seen this before. On a screen pass, not only are you rushing the passer, you're rushing him deeper than normal. And I think a little frustration kicks in at the end. You're going to hit him anyway when you shouldn't.
After the penalty, it's Mixon. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown.
Joe Mixon
Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Bengals have broken our tie as they take the lead. Great call to hand that one off, and his running back did the rest.
Someone read their keys correctly. And on the defensive side of the ball, they certainly did not, because they really essentially were just going to swarm the quarterback. They kind of guessed themselves out of the play, and guess who benefited? The guy with the football.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. That time, a 9-play drive. And it all culminated in the touchdown run coming from Joe Mixon.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Peoples-Jones going to elect not to run this out, and they'll begin at the 25. And the football going back over now to the Cleveland Browns. And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the second half. They'll need to change that here.
Watson on first down. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. To throw is Watson. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. On the delay, here's Hunt. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up fourth down. Desperation time. Watson on fourth down. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Here's Watson. He'll get this one underneath to Hunt. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. First down now, but that clock rolling. To throw, Watson. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
And we've reached the 1-minute mark in this game. Now Watson. Flush to his right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score. And it's caught. It's a touchdown. So they rally here in the final minute, and they're an extra point away from tying this game.
Now Joey Sly for the point after.
And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. So the drive goes 75 yards, 10 plays.
And the touchdown and PAT mean we are tied here in the final minute of play.
Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away.
Taken in at the 3. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. Mixon with a first down and more. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
186 yards rushing for him now as he closes in on a 200-yard night.
He's had his eyes on 7,000 career rushing yards, and with that last effort, he has hit that mark. What a career.
And that is the number to focus in on, because oftentimes we talk about where do they rank all time. We're not there yet. He's not knocking on the top 10 or the top 20, but over 7,000 yards in a career, fantastic.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. To throw, Burrow. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And this is going to be caught. He got it. It's a touchdown. Forget overtime. They're going to win the football game right now.
And that score in this time frame, that's like a big reveal at the end of a great movie, isn't it? Out of nowhere, almost, it appears. They get it done. How about that score?
Finishes like this is why we love sports. This is why we love the game of football.
So glad that we got to be here to watch this one.
McPherson now for the extra point.
And it would appear they're going to get out of here with a come-from-behind victory. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards.
And it ends with what will almost certainly be the game-winning score as the lead is 7 here in the final moments.
And with time of factor here late, he'll just take a knee, and they'll start things out at the 25. The Browns drive about to get started. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short of the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. Well, my friend, for the players, it's good for them to get that first game under their belts. For you and I, that first Thursday night game, also good for us to get that under our belts, wasn't it?
It was no longer preseason. We were into the regular season, the first game of the year. And, you know, all eyes were watching this one. Everyone was excited that football was back.
It is just special. You could just feel it. It's so good to have the pigskin back out there. It'll be crisp fall weather before we know it.
You got that right, but I love the build-up to it, right? All day long anticipating it, and then we got here and we saw a game, the first game of the year. Let's keep going.
So for Cincinnati, they begin the new campaign with a victory here in front of the home crowd in the Thursday opener. And now they'll get the weekend off as they get a little extra time to prepare